I think I have to repair my nuclear sign soon. Huh? Maybe I should make myself a new one. The red and the black, not the yellow and the black. For me, it's a red and a black. Uh, fourth time I'm trying to make this video on Bowie. I was very respectful in my Bowie commentary. I did a Bowie commentary. You can go see my Bowie commentary, and I wanna adjust some of that because I just watched his Lazarus video, the release before he died. He released a video, a music video, an album, and he calls it Lazarus. And the amount of symbolism in this is staggering. Actually, it's staggering, and I find the what I have made several videos on what I call the culture of death, and I find this person to be a complete and total representative of this culture of death. And I said in the in my commentary, the guy creeped me out. Actually, I listened to the music, and it was seductive. I think his music was very seductive, and it actually curled my toes in some ways, in a sense that what I want to call romancing the Grim Reaper. He had a romance with the Grim Reaper, and this video, for me, is a prime example of what I call the culture of death and this romance with the Grim Reaper. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail on this because there are people that are much more qualified to invoke all the symbolisms that he brings out. But here are two main things that struck me. One was, and why I have this condemnation of this person who didn't come out. He got cancer. He didn't come out and said people were under threat. We are being killed by cancer on an epidemic scale. He himself went through this. This is one of the most difficult period in a person's life to try and survive or overcome cancer, which is not as common as you think, because the medical industry says, the cancer medical industry says, if you survive 5 years after you've contracted cancer, and you die 1 day after 5 years, you're still a survivor. So the rate of survival is not that high when you consider people that have survived past 5 years. If they get they're a statistic as having survived. Even if they die 1 day after 5 years. So I just want to put this into context and my condemnation of this person. And I want to be respectful because there is this sort of pagan connection I have with, making the gods angry or something, because people say, oh, respect to the dead, but not a person like this. For me, this is an example of what I call the culture of death. Now, at the beginning, there's this closet door that opens, and there is this creepy eye, this frightening creepy eye. Now, in the context, I mean, you say coming out of the closet. See, for me, there is like a representation of coming out of the closet. It's like the gay life, I guess. I'm not sure. He was a transsexual. He was an admitted transsexual. I have no idea all the stuff that went on in the back rooms with these people. When they get to the level of notoriety and fame, what happens? What kind of indulgences there are there, and let them indulge as long as they don't hurt anybody. But this is the problem, because they end up hurting people. They end up especially, and I'm not going to go into the children's thing, the ritual abuse and all that. But and I'm not saying that he was part of that necessarily, but this video creeps me out big time. Now he invokes Lazarus, and Lazarus was the guy that was resurrected by Christ, the Son of the omnipotent being in scriptures, which suggests that there is more to our existence than just this life. There is a suggestion in the title, but everything is to the contrary. There is a decrepitness. There is a necrosizing. He looks like this bandage around in a bed, like he's in a mental institution, like life is just sort of the completion of life is being part of being in a state in a mental hospital, and he's got this bandage. His head is bandaged up, and he's got these little noodles, not noodles, these little nuts on top of with a hole in it, like eyes. Like in the old days, the pagan ritual was to place 2 coins on the eyes, and it was believed that when we go into the next part of our experience, when we reach eternity, there is a guy called Sharon who takes you across some river at Sharon to the river Styx, and if you don't have the coins, you're going to be relegated to limbo or something. So these invocations of ritual and these myths that he's continuing are tied in to what I say is a romance with the Grim Reaper, which is part of this culture of death. And I absolutely reject all of this. And the fact that this person had this brutal disease and basically makes a video that accepts our demise on this level, this experience that he's attempting to ritualize, mythologize through pagan mythology, Christian mythology, Greek religious mythologies, Roman mythologies. These are all invoked. And they're invoked not in a way of affirming to the people that are still around that you struggle and you create some kind of a mechanism to fight this destruction. We need to be reinforced in something that gives us hope every day in order to overcome what it is we're facing. And we're facing a monumental task of eliminating hundreds and hundreds of nuclear plants that are polluting everything for eternity as far as I'm concerned. It's like 100,000 years is an eternity. Maybe not in the scheme of things if you're an alien and you live to be 5 million years old, I guess. It doesn't matter. But for ordinary mortals like us who live between 60, 70, 80, 90 years, if we get to 100, wow, this is an eternity. So we are fighting to get rid of something, and Bowie slipped right in. Like I say, he slipped into this culture of death right till the very end. Right till the very end. And it honestly is creepy. I mean, you look at this, it is a really disturbing video. And not disturbing from the level where I try to raise myself, where I try to raise my spirit into the next level of fighting the Grim Reaper, that which destroys all of life on this planet. We need to confront this. And we need the idols, the people we hold up, the icons of the famous people who don't speak out. None of them speak out. I find this outrageous. I find this video so offensive. It's so offensive to every fiber in my body. And his decrepit voice, it's like feeble. And he's been ravaged by this disease. But you know what? You just play along. Maybe there is some contract with the forces that are running the joint that he couldn't speak out. I don't know. And he says, I've got nothing to lose, and his mouth is shut. He says in the, and if you go through it to analyze, I don't want to actually listen to it or analyze it, but the symbolisms are there, invoking the mythologies of the past in order to submerge our hope. This is what's happening. He is making this video in order to submerge any kind of force life we have left in us to fight these monsters who are trying to kill us, and killed him. That makes no sense. It's irrational. But the symbology is brutal, and I'm not going to listen to any more Bowie stuff. Very disturbing, and on the worst level of disturbance, not in like raising myself to an awareness of what is required, but suppressing that awareness inside of me. That's what this experience, this Lazarus thing. And check out Lazarus, and check out the coins on the eyes, and Charon, the boatman who takes you over the river so that you can be in front of Hades, the Grim Reaper. I guess Hades is always associated with the Grim Reaper, but it's that judgment that happens when we go in it, when we contact eternity in some way, and he's attempting to pretend, he's pretending to us that he has an insight into eternity. I don't think so.